What if I told you that centuries ago, a man predicted the rise of a powerful leader who would reshape the world, and that leader turned out to be none other than Napoleon Bonaparte? Prophecies like this have fascinated humanity for generations, blending mystery, history, and a touch of the supernatural. From ancient oracles to modern mystics, these predictions have sparked curiosity, fear, and even hope. But what about the prophecies that haven't come true yet? Could they still hold the key to our future? In this video, we'll explore 25 prophecies from the past that might still come true. Some are chilling, others inspiring, but all of them will make you wonder, what if they're right? Stay with us as we dive into the mysteries of the past and uncover the predictions that could shape our tomorrow. By the end, you might just find yourself looking at the world in a whole new way. Now, let's turn our attention to one of the most famous figures in the world of prophecy, Nostradamus. Born in the 16th century, this French astrologer and physician penned hundreds of predictions that have captivated minds for centuries. His writings, often written in cryptic quatrains, are filled with vivid imagery and symbolic language, making them both fascinating and frustrating to interpret. But what makes Nostradamus truly remarkable is how many of his predictions seem to align with historical events, and how many remain unfulfilled, leaving us to wonder if they might still come true. Nostradamus's prophecies often revolve around themes of global conflict, natural disasters, and the rise and fall of powerful leaders. One of his most talked about predictions involves a great war that would engulf the world. Some modern interpreters have linked this to the possibility of a Third World War, pointing to his descriptions of widespread destruction and shifting alliances. Another chilling prediction warns of a massive natural disaster, possibly an earthquake or volcanic eruption, that could devastate entire regions. While these events haven't occurred yet, the specificity of his language keeps people debating whether they're warnings for the future. What makes Nostradamus's prophecies so enduring is their ambiguity. His quatrains are open to countless interpretations, allowing each generation to find relevance in his words. For example, some believe his references to a great king of terror could point to modern-day terrorism or even the rise of artificial intelligence. Others see his predictions about celestial events as warnings of climate change or cosmic threats. This flexibility is both a strength and a challenge, as it keeps his prophecies alive while making it difficult to pin down their true meaning. But why do people still believe Nostradamus's predictions might come true? Part of it lies in the historical context of his work. Living in a time of political upheaval and religious conflict, Nostradamus wrote during an era when people were desperate for answers about the future. His prophecies offered a sense of control in an uncertain world, and that same desire for understanding drives modern interest in his work. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, there's no denying the enduring allure of Nostradamus's cryptic visions, and the possibility that some of his most ominous predictions might still be waiting to unfold. Moving forward, let's dive into how modern thinkers and enthusiasts approach the enigmatic writings of Nostradamus. Deciphering his quatrains is no small feat. His use of symbolic language, metaphors, and historical references makes his work a puzzle that continues to challenge even the most dedicated scholars. Some argue that his predictions are so vague they can be applied to almost any event, while others believe there's a hidden precision in his words that only becomes clear with hindsight. This duality is what keeps the debate alive and fuels endless interpretations. One of the most intriguing aspects of Nostradamus's prophecies is how they've been linked to events that have already occurred. For instance, some claim his quatrains predicted the rise of Adolf Hitler, pointing to phrases like "Hister" and descriptions of a tyrannical leader. Others believe he foresaw the September 11th attacks, citing his references to two metal birds and great towers falling. While these connections are often disputed, they add a layer of mystery that keeps people revisiting his work. The question remains, are these interpretations accurate, or are they simply coincidences shaped by hindsight? The challenges of interpreting Nostradamus's writings are compounded by the fact that his quatrains were written in Old French and often rely on wordplay and symbolism. This has led to a wide range of translations and interpretations, each offering a slightly different perspective. For example, one quatrain mentions a great fire from the sky, which some interpret as a meteor strike, while others see it as a metaphor for nuclear warfare. This flexibility is both a strength and a weakness. It allows his prophecies to remain relevant, but it also makes it difficult to determine their true meaning. Despite the controversies, there's no denying the cultural impact of Nostradamus's predictions. His work has inspired countless books, documentaries, and even movies, each offering its own take on his cryptic visions. Whether you view him as a genuine seer or a master of ambiguity, his prophecies continue to spark curiosity and debate. As we explore the next set of predictions, we'll see how this fascination with the unknown connects to other prophetic traditions throughout history. Now, let's shift our focus to another prophecy that has captivated the world for decades, the Mayan calendar, and its infamous 2012 end of the world prediction. The Mayan long count calendar, a complex system used by the ancient Mayans to track vast cycles of time, became the center of global attention as December 21, 2012 approached. Many believed this date marked the end of the world, but the truth behind the prophecy is far more nuanced and fascinating. The Mayan long count calendar is based on a cycle of approximately 5,125 years, known as a Great Cycle. According to this system, December 21, 2012, marked the end of one such cycle and the beginning of another. However, this transition was misinterpreted by many as a prediction of global catastrophe. In reality, the Mayans viewed time as cyclical rather than linear, meaning the end of one cycle simply signaled the start of a new era, not the destruction of the world. So, why did the 2012 prophecy gain such widespread attention? Part of the reason lies in the mystique surrounding ancient civilizations and their perceived ability to foresee future events. The Mayans were advanced astronomers and mathematicians, and their calendar system was incredibly precise. This led some to believe that their understanding of time extended beyond mere calculation, hinting at prophetic insights. However, archaeologists and historians emphasize that the Mayans did not predict an apocalypse. Instead, they saw the end of a cycle as a time of renewal and transformation. The misunderstanding of the 2012 prophecy highlights how modern interpretations can distort ancient beliefs. The Mayans' cyclical view of time contrasts sharply with our linear perspective, which often frames events as leading to a definitive end. For the Mayans, the end of a cycle was an opportunity for rebirth and regeneration, not destruction. This perspective offers a valuable lesson about the importance of understanding cultural context when interpreting ancient prophecies. Despite the clarification from experts, the 2012 prophecy continues to fuel speculation about future global events. Some argue that the Mayans' emphasis on cycles and renewal could still hold relevance today, particularly in the face of modern challenges like climate change and societal upheaval. Could their prophecies about transformation and renewal serve as a reminder of humanity's need to adapt and evolve? As we explore further, we'll see how this cyclical view of time connects to other prophetic traditions and their enduring relevance in our world today. Now, let's take a closer look at the Mayan concept of cyclical time and how it differs from the way we typically think about time today. For the Mayans, time wasn't a straight line moving from point A to point B. Instead, it was a series of repeating cycles, much like the seasons or the rising and setting of the sun. This idea of time as a loop rather than a straight path shaped their worldview and their prophecies, offering a perspective that feels both ancient and surprisingly modern. The Mayans believed that each cycle of time carried its own energy and purpose. the end of a cycle wasn't something to fear but rather an opportunity for renewal and transformation. This stands in stark contrast to our modern, linear view of time, where we often see progress as moving forward in a straight line toward an uncertain future. For the Mayans, the end of a cycle was a chance to reflect, reset, and prepare for what came next. This cyclical view allowed them to see challenges not as final endings but as moments of potential growth and change. So, how does this ancient belief connect to the world we live in today? Many scholars and thinkers argue that the Mayan concept of cyclical time could offer valuable insights into our current global challenges. Take climate change, for example. While we often frame it as a looming disaster, the Mayan perspective might encourage us to see it as a turning point, a moment for humanity to rethink its relationship with the planet and embrace sustainable practices. Similarly, societal upheavals, whether political, economic, or cultural, could be viewed not as collapses but as opportunities for renewal and positive change. The Mayans' emphasis on cycles also reminds us that history often repeats itself, not in exact detail but in patterns. Wars, revolutions, and environmental shifts have happened before, and they will likely happen again. But instead of fearing these cycles, the Mayan worldview suggests we can learn from them and use them as catalysts for growth. This idea resonates deeply in a world grappling with rapid technological advancements, social inequalities, and environmental crises. Could the Mayan prophecies about renewal and transformation serve as a guide for navigating these challenges? As we reflect on the Mayan concept of cyclical time, it's worth considering how this ancient wisdom might inspire us to approach the future with hope rather than fear. Their prophecies weren't about predicting doom, but about understanding the rhythms of existence and finding meaning within them. In a world that often feels uncertain, this perspective offers a powerful reminder that endings are also beginnings and that every cycle holds the potential for renewal. Next, we'll explore another fascinating prophecy that echoes this theme of transformation, the cryptic warnings of the Oracle of Delphi. Now, shifting our focus to the ancient world of Greece, we encounter one of history's most enigmatic figures, the Oracle of Delphi. Known as the Pythia, this priestess served as the mouthpiece of the god Apollo, delivering prophecies that shaped the decisions of kings, generals, and ordinary people alike. Her cryptic messages, often shrouded in riddles and ambiguity, have fascinated historians and scholars for centuries. But what made the oracle's prophecies so compelling, and why do they still capture our imagination today? The Oracle of Delphi was more than just a religious figure. She was a central pillar of Greek society. Leaders from across the ancient world would travel to Delphi, seeking guidance on matters of war, politics, and personal destiny. Yet, the answers they received were rarely straightforward. The oracle's prophecies were famously vague, open to multiple interpretations. For example, when King Croesus of Lydia asked whether he should wage war against the Persian Empire, the oracle replied that if he did, a great empire would fall. Confident in his own power, Croesus took this as a sign of victory, only to realize too late that the prophecy referred to his own downfall. This ambiguity was a hallmark of the oracle's predictions, leaving those who sought her counsel to grapple with their meaning. But it wasn't just rulers who sought the oracle's wisdom. Ordinary people also turned to her for answers about their futures, from matters of love and health to the outcomes of harvests. The oracle's prophecies often carried a sense of inevitability, suggesting that fate was already written. Yet her words were so open-ended that they left room for hope, fear, and endless speculation. This duality, her ability to inspire both certainty and doubt, is what made her prophecies so powerful and enduring. Among the oracle's most intriguing predictions are those that remain unresolved. Some of her warnings about the fall of great empires or the onset of natural disasters have yet to come to pass, at least in the way they were understood at the time. For instance, she reportedly foretold the decline of powerful civilizations, hinting at cycles of rise and fall that echo the Mayan concept of cyclical time. Other prophecies spoke of catastrophic events such as earthquakes or plagues that would reshape the world. While some of these predictions have been interpreted as fulfilled through historical events, others remain tantalizingly open-ended, leaving us to wonder if they might still come true in the future. The ambiguity of the oracle's prophecies is part of what makes them so fascinating. Unlike the clear-cut predictions of modern fortune tellers, her words were designed to provoke thought rather than provide easy answers. This deliberate vagueness ensured that her prophecies could be reinterpreted across generations, adapting to new contexts and challenges. It's this timeless quality that keeps the oracle's warnings alive in our collective imagination, inviting us to ponder their meaning and relevance in our own time. As we reflect on the Oracle of Delphi's cryptic prophecies, we're reminded of the enduring power of mystery and the human desire to seek meaning in the unknown. Her words challenge us to look beyond the surface, to question our assumptions, and to consider the deeper forces that shape our world. Next, we'll delve into the science behind the oracle's visions, exploring the fascinating theories about how she might have delivered her prophecies and why they continue to captivate us today. Now, let's turn our attention to the intriguing science behind the oracle's visions. How did the Pythia deliver her cryptic prophecies? One of the most compelling theories suggests that the oracle's trance-like state may have been induced by natural gases rising from the earth beneath the Temple of Apollo. Geologists have discovered that the site of Delphi sits atop a fault line, which could have released ethylene, a gas known to produce euphoria and altered states of consciousness. This theory offers a fascinating explanation for the oracle's seemingly otherworldly abilities, blending science with the mystique of ancient prophecy. But the mystery doesn't end there. Some researchers propose that the oracle's visions were also influenced by the sacred rituals and intense psychological preparation she underwent before delivering her prophecies. Fasting, drinking from a sacred spring, and inhaling the fumes from burning laurel leaves may have heightened her mental state, allowing her to channel the divine messages of Apollo. These practices, combined with the potent gases, could have created a powerful cocktail of altered perception, enabling her to deliver prophecies that felt both profound and enigmatic. What's particularly fascinating is how the oracle's prophecies were designed to be open-ended. Unlike modern predictions that often aim for clarity, her words were intentionally ambiguous, allowing them to be reinterpreted across generations. This deliberate vagueness ensured that her prophecies remained relevant, no matter the era or context. For example, a prophecy about the fall of a great empire could apply to countless civilizations throughout history, from ancient Rome to modern superpowers. This adaptability is part of what makes her predictions so enduring and thought-provoking. The oracle's prophecies also tapped into a universal human desire to find meaning in uncertainty. Her words offered a glimpse into the unknown, providing a sense of connection to forces beyond human control. Whether through divine inspiration, natural phenomena, or psychological manipulation, the oracle's ability to captivate her audience remains unparalleled. Her prophecies weren't just predictions. They were mirrors reflecting the hopes, fears, and questions of those who sought her guidance. As we explore the science behind the oracle's visions, we're reminded of the delicate interplay between the natural and the supernatural. Her prophecies, rooted in both the physical world and the mysteries of the human mind, continue to fascinate us because they challenge our understanding of reality. They invite us to consider how much of what we perceive as divine or prophetic might be shaped by the world around us and within us. Next, we'll journey into the realm of biblical prophecy, where vivid imagery and apocalyptic visions have sparked centuries of interpretation and debate. Shifting our focus to one of the most dramatic and debated prophetic texts in history, we now turn to the Book of Revelation. This final book of the Christian Bible is a vivid tapestry of apocalyptic imagery, filled with visions of cosmic battles, divine judgment, and the ultimate triumph of good over evil. Written by John of Patmos, the Book of Revelation has captivated readers for centuries with its dramatic depictions of the end times. But what do these prophecies mean, and how are they interpreted in today's world? One of the most iconic elements of Revelation is the rise of the Antichrist, a figure often associated with deception and ultimate evil. Described as a charismatic leader who will deceive many, the Antichrist is said to wield immense power, uniting nations under a false promise of peace. This prophecy has been interpreted in countless ways, from historical figures like Nero to modern-day political leaders. In religious contexts, the Antichrist is seen as a harbinger of the end times, while secular interpretations often view this figure as a symbol of unchecked ambition and moral corruption. Equally striking are the four horsemen of the apocalypse who ride forth to unleash chaos upon the earth. Each horseman represents a different calamity: conquest, war, famine, and death. These figures have become a powerful metaphor for the destructive forces that can arise in times of crisis. In modern times, the four horsemen are often invoked to describe global challenges, from pandemics to economic collapse, reminding us of the fragility of human civilization. Then there's the Battle of Armageddon, the climactic confrontation between the forces of good and evil. This prophecy has inspired countless interpretations, from literal battles to symbolic struggles between moral and spiritual forces. In religious traditions, Armageddon is seen as the final showdown before the establishment of a new, divine order. Secular perspectives, however, often view it as a cautionary tale about the consequences of human conflict and environmental destruction. What makes the Book of Revelation so enduring is its ability to resonate across different eras and cultures. Its vivid imagery and dramatic themes tap into universal fears and hopes, offering a lens through which people can interpret their own times. Whether seen as a divine roadmap to the future or a symbolic exploration of human nature, Revelation's prophecies continue to spark debate and reflection. As we explore these apocalyptic visions, it's worth considering how they reflect our own anxieties and aspirations. The Book of Revelation doesn't just predict the end of the world, it challenges us to think about the choices we make and the world we want to create. Next, we'll delve into how modern events are often seen as parallels to Revelation's prophecies, examining the ongoing debate about whether we're witnessing the fulfillment of these ancient predictions. Turning our attention to the present day, many believe that the prophecies of the Book of Revelation are unfolding before our eyes. From global pandemics to escalating conflicts and rapid technological advancements, modern events are often interpreted as eerie parallels to the apocalyptic visions described by John of Patmos. But are these connections mere coincidences, or could they be signs of something far more profound? Take, for example, the rise of global pandemics. The Book of Revelation speaks of plagues and pestilence as harbingers of the end times, and in recent years the world has faced unprecedented health crises. The COVID-19 pandemic, with its widespread devastation and societal upheaval, has led many to draw parallels to the prophetic warnings of Revelation. Some see these events as divine warnings, urging humanity to reflect on its actions, while others view them as natural occurrences amplified by modern interconnectedness. Similarly, the specter of war looms large in Revelation's prophecies, and today's geopolitical tensions often evoke comparisons to the four horsemen's destructive ride. Conflicts in various regions, coupled with the threat of nuclear escalation, have fueled fears of a global catastrophe. For some, these wars are seen as steps toward the ultimate battle of Armageddon, while others argue they are simply part of humanity's cyclical struggles for power and survival. Technological advancements also play a fascinating role in this debate. Revelation's mention of a mark of the beast, often interpreted as a symbol of control and surveillance, has found new resonance in the age of digital tracking and artificial intelligence. The rapid development of technologies that monitor and influence human behavior has led some to question whether we are inching closer to the dystopian future described in the text. Yet others see these advancements as tools for progress unrelated to any prophetic fulfillment. The debate over these parallels is far from settled. Skeptics argue that humanity has always faced crises, and interpreting them through the lens of ancient prophecy is a form of selective reasoning. They point out that similar events have occurred throughout history without signaling the end of the world. On the other hand, believers maintain that the scale and interconnectedness of modern challenges are unprecedented, aligning closely with Revelation's vision of global upheaval. What's clear is that the Book of Revelation continues to provoke thought and discussion, offering a framework through which people interpret the complexities of our world. Whether seen as divine prophecy or symbolic storytelling, its themes resonate deeply in times of uncertainty. As we navigate the challenges of the modern age, these ancient predictions invite us to reflect on the choices we make and the future we are shaping. Next, we'll explore another set of prophecies that have captured the imagination of countless generations, the HOPI prophecies of Earth changes, and their call for humanity to live in harmony with nature. Now, let's journey to the heart of the American Southwest, where the HOPI tribe has long shared prophecies that speak to the very soul of our planet. For centuries, the HOPI people have preserved a rich tradition of spiritual wisdom, offering profound insights into the future of humanity and the Earth itself. Their prophecies, deeply rooted in a reverence for nature, warn of environmental upheaval and societal transformation, urging us to reconsider our relationship with the world around us. At the core of the HOPI prophecies is a vision of Earth changes, dramatic shifts in the natural world that could reshape life as we know it. They speak of climate change not as a distant possibility, but as an unfolding reality driven by humanity's disregard for the balance of nature. The HOPI foretold of extreme weather patterns, rising temperatures, and the depletion of vital resources, all of which echo the environmental challenges we face today. Their warnings remind us that the Earth is not an inexhaustible resource, but a living system that demands respect and care. Natural disasters also feature prominently in the HOPI prophecies. They predicted earthquakes, floods, and volcanic eruptions as signs of the Earth's response to human actions. These events, they believed, would serve as wake-up calls, urging humanity to realign with the natural order. In recent years, the increasing frequency and intensity of such disasters have led many to see the HOPI's words as eerily prescient. From devastating wildfires to catastrophic hurricanes, the world seems to be experiencing the very upheavals the HOPI warned about centuries ago. But the HOPI prophecies are not solely about doom and destruction. They also carry a message of hope and renewal. Central to their teachings is the idea that humanity has the power to change its course. By embracing a life of harmony with nature, we can avert the worst of these predictions and create a more sustainable future. The HOPI emphasize the importance of spiritual growth, community, and a deep connection to the Earth as essential steps toward healing the planet. In today's world, the relevance of the HOPI prophecies is undeniable. As we grapple with the consequences of climate change, deforestation, and pollution, their call for environmental stewardship resonates more strongly than ever. Movements for sustainability, renewable energy, and ecological preservation align closely with the HOPI's vision of a balanced and harmonious world. Their prophecies challenge us to reflect on our choices and consider the legacy we are leaving for future generations. The HOPI's timeless wisdom invites us to see ourselves not as separate from nature, but as integral parts of a larger whole. Their prophecies remind us that the fate of humanity is deeply intertwined with the health of the Earth. As we face the challenges of the modern age, their message serves as both a warning and a guide, urging us to tread lightly on this planet and honor the delicate balance that sustains us all. Next, we'll delve deeper into the HOPI's call for spiritual renewal, and how their prophecies encourage a shift in human consciousness to avoid catastrophe. The Hopi's call for spiritual renewal is perhaps the most profound aspect of their prophecies. At its heart lies the belief that true change begins within. The Hopi teach that humanity's survival depends not just on technological advancements or political solutions, but on a fundamental shift in how we think, feel, and relate to the world around us. This spiritual transformation, they argue, is the key to avoiding catastrophe and creating a future of harmony and balance. Central to this vision is the idea of living in alignment with the Earth's natural rhythms. The Hopi prophecies emphasize that humanity's current path, marked by greed, exploitation, and disconnection from nature, is unsustainable. They urge us to rediscover a sense of reverence for the planet, to see it not as a resource to be consumed, but as a sacred entity that sustains all life. This shift in perspective, they believe, is essential for healing the Earth and ensuring our collective survival. The Hopi also stress the importance of community and cooperation in this process. Their prophecies highlight the need for unity among people, transcending divisions of race, nationality, and ideology. They envision a world where individuals come together to share wisdom, resources, and compassion, working collectively to address the challenges we face. This message resonates deeply with modern movements for social justice, environmental activism, and global peace, which seek to build bridges and foster collaboration across boundaries. Spiritual growth, according to the Hopi, is not just an individual journey but a collective one. They teach that each person has a role to play in the larger story of humanity's evolution. By cultivating qualities like humility, gratitude, and empathy, we can contribute to a more harmonious world. The Hopi prophecies remind us that small, everyday actions, whether it's planting a tree, conserving water, or showing kindness to others, can have a ripple effect, creating positive change on a global scale. In today's world, the Hopi's call for spiritual renewal feels more urgent than ever. As we confront the consequences of climate change, social inequality, and environmental degradation, their prophecies offer a roadmap for transformation. They challenge us to rethink our values, to prioritize the well-being of the planet and future generations over short-term gains. Movements for sustainability, renewable energy, and ecological preservation align closely with the Hopi's vision, demonstrating that their ancient wisdom is not only relevant but essential in the modern age. The Hopi prophecies also invite us to consider the deeper meaning of progress. In a world often driven by material wealth and technological innovation, they remind us that true advancement lies in our ability to live in harmony with nature and each other. Their teachings encourage us to seek balance not just in the external world but within ourselves. By embracing this holistic approach, we can create a future that honors the Earth, nurtures the human spirit, and ensures the survival of all life. As we reflect on the Hopi's timeless wisdom, it becomes clear that their prophecies are not just predictions of what might come, but a call to action. They challenge us to rise above fear and apathy, to embrace our potential as stewards of the Earth. In doing so, we can transform not only our own lives but the destiny of our planet. Next, we'll explore the predictions of BABA VANGA, the Bulgarian mystic whose visions of the future continue to captivate and intrigue. Now, let's turn our attention to the enigmatic figure of BABA VANGA, often referred to as the Nostradamus of the Balkans. Born in Bulgaria in the early 20th century, BABA VANGA became one of the most famous mystics of her time, renowned for her uncanny ability to foresee future events. Despite losing her sight at a young age, she claimed to have gained a unique inner vision that allowed her to peer into the future. Her prophecies, which span decades, continue to captivate believers and skeptics alike, offering a mix of hope, warning, and mystery. One of BABA VANGA's most talked about predictions revolves around global conflicts. She foresaw a world where tensions between nations would escalate, leading to widespread instability. Some interpret her words as a warning about the potential for large-scale wars or geopolitical shifts in the coming years. While many of her predictions remain unfulfilled, her visions of conflict have sparked intense debate, especially in light of ongoing global tensions. Could her words be a glimpse of what's to come, or are they simply open to interpretation? The ambiguity of her prophecies keeps them alive in the public imagination. BABA VANGA also made intriguing predictions about technological advancements. She spoke of a future where machines would play an increasingly dominant role in human life, even suggesting that artificial intelligence could one day surpass human capabilities. Her visions of a world transformed by technology resonate with modern concerns about automation, robotics, and the ethical implications of artificial intelligence. While some see her predictions as remarkably prescient, others argue that they are too vague to be taken seriously. Still, her ability to foresee the rise of technology in an era when such ideas were still in their infancy is undeniably fascinating. Natural disasters were another recurring theme in BABA VANGA's prophecies. She warned of catastrophic events including earthquakes, floods, and extreme weather patterns that could reshape the planet. Some believe her predictions align with current concerns about climate change and its impact on the environment. Her warnings about the Earth's fragility serve as a reminder of the urgent need to address environmental issues. Yet, as with many of her prophecies, the lack of specific details makes it difficult to determine their accuracy or relevance to future events. BABA VANGA's methods of prophecy were as mysterious as her predictions. She often entered a trance-like state during which she claimed to receive visions of the future. Her followers believed that her abilities were a divine gift, while skeptics attributed her insights to intuition or coincidence. The controversies surrounding her accuracy have only added to her mystique. Some of her predictions, such as the fall of the Soviet Union and the September 11th attacks, have been cited as evidence of her foresight. However, others argue that these events were either too general or too widely anticipated to be considered true prophecies. What makes BABA VANGA's legacy so enduring is the blend of hope and caution in her words. She offered glimpses of a future filled with both promise and peril, urging humanity to tread carefully. Her prophecies continue to inspire curiosity, debate, and reflection, reminding us of the enduring fascination with the unknown. As we explore her predictions, we're left to wonder, are they mere coincidences or do they hold a deeper truth about the path ahead? Next, we'll delve into the modern interpretations of BABA VANGA's prophecies and their cultural impact, particularly in Eastern Europe. Now, shifting our focus to the present day, BABA VANGA's prophecies remain a topic of intense fascination, especially in Eastern Europe, where her legacy is deeply rooted. In countries like Bulgaria, her homeland, she is celebrated as a national icon, with her predictions often cited in discussions about global events and personal futures. Her influence extends beyond borders, as her prophecies are frequently revisited in times of uncertainty, offering both comfort and caution to those who seek meaning in her words. One of the reasons BABA VANGA's predictions continue to resonate is their adaptability to modern contexts. In Eastern Europe, her prophecies are often reinterpreted to align with current events, such as political upheavals, economic challenges, or environmental crises. For instance, her warnings about global instability are sometimes linked to contemporary geopolitical tensions, while her visions of natural disasters are seen as eerily relevant in the face of climate change. This ability to reinterpret her words keeps her prophecies alive, allowing them to evolve with the times. The cultural impact of BABA VANGA's predictions is also evident in the way they are woven into popular media and folklore. Documentaries, books, and even films have explored her life and prophecies, often portraying her as a figure of mystery and wisdom. In Bulgaria, annual events and exhibitions celebrate her legacy, drawing both locals and tourists eager to learn more about her enigmatic predictions. Her image has become a symbol of hope and foresight, embodying the human desire to understand the unknown. Despite her enduring popularity, BABA VANGA's prophecies remain a subject of debate. Skeptics argue that her predictions are too vague to be taken seriously, often pointing out that they can be interpreted in countless ways. On the other hand, believers see her as a visionary whose insights transcend time, offering glimpses of a future that is both awe-inspiring and cautionary. This duality between skepticism and belief adds to her mystique, ensuring that her prophecies remain a topic of discussion for years to come. What makes BABA VANGA's legacy truly remarkable is her ability to inspire reflection on the human condition. Her prophecies, whether accurate or not, encourage us to consider the consequences of our actions and the fragility of our world. They remind us that the future is not set in stone but shaped by the choices we make today. As we continue to grapple with global challenges, her words serve as a poignant reminder of the power of foresight and the importance of striving for a better tomorrow. With this in mind, let's now explore another fascinating figure from the world of prophecy, the Sibylline books, whose lost predictions have intrigued historians and mystics for centuries. Turning our attention to the ancient world, we encounter the enigmatic Sibylline books, a collection of prophecies that once held immense significance in Roman society. These texts, believed to have been written by the Sibyls, prophetic priestesses of the ancient world, were consulted by Roman leaders during times of crisis. The Sibylline books were said to contain predictions about the rise and fall of empires, natural disasters, and other pivotal events that could shape the destiny of Rome. However, much of their content remains a mystery, as the original books were destroyed in a fire during the 1st century before the Common Era. What little survives comes from fragments and references in other ancient texts, leaving historians and mystics to piece together their potential meanings. The Sibylline books were not just a collection of vague predictions, they were considered a vital tool for guiding the Roman state. Leaders would consult them in moments of uncertainty, seeking divine guidance on matters ranging from military campaigns to public health crises. For example, the books were said to have forewarned of plagues and invasions, prompting the Romans to take preemptive actions such as building temples or performing rituals to appease the gods. This blend of prophecy and practicality made the Sibylline books a cornerstone of Roman decision-making, blending the spiritual with the strategic. Despite their destruction, the surviving fragments of the Sibylline books continue to intrigue scholars and enthusiasts alike. Some of these fragments hint at prophecies that could still hold relevance today. For instance, certain passages are interpreted as warnings about societal collapse, environmental upheaval, or the rise of new powers. While these interpretations are speculative, they resonate with modern concerns about global instability and climate change. The idea that ancient texts might still offer insights into our future adds an air of timelessness to the Sibylline books, making them a fascinating subject for both historians and those interested in prophecy. The mystery surrounding the Sibylline books also lies in their origins. The Sibyls themselves were figures of legend, said to possess the gift of prophecy granted by the gods. Their predictions were often cryptic, requiring interpretation by priests and scholars. This ambiguity has allowed the surviving fragments to be reinterpreted across centuries, adapting to the fears and hopes of each era. Whether these prophecies were divinely inspired or simply the product of human insight, their enduring allure speaks to the universal human desire to understand the future. As we reflect on the Sibylline books, we are reminded of the power of prophecy to shape societies and inspire action. Their legacy, though fragmented, continues to spark curiosity and debate, inviting us to consider how ancient wisdom might still guide us in an uncertain world. With this in mind, let's delve deeper into the historical context of these mysterious texts and explore how their prophecies might still echo in the modern age. Now, let's unravel the deeper layers of the Sibylline books and their place in Roman history. These ancient texts were more than just a collection of prophecies. they were a cornerstone of Roman governance and spirituality. The Romans believed that the Sibyls, the prophetic priestesses who authored these books, were conduits of divine wisdom. Their predictions were not merely abstract musings but actionable insights that influenced some of the most critical decisions in Roman history. From declaring wars to averting disasters, the Sibylline books were treated as a sacred guidebook, blending the mystical with the practical in a way that few other texts have. The destruction of the Sibylline books in a fire during the 1st century before the Common Era only deepened their mystique. Imagine the loss of a text so revered that its absence left a void in Roman society. This event sparked centuries of speculation about what the books might have contained. Were there prophecies about the fall of Rome itself? Did they predict the rise of new empires or the collapse of civilizations? The fragments that survive offer tantalizing hints, but the full scope of their predictions remains shrouded in mystery. This uncertainty has fueled endless debates among historians, archaeologists, and prophecy enthusiasts, each offering their own interpretations of what might have been lost. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Sibylline books is their adaptability. Even in their fragmented state, these prophecies have been reinterpreted to fit the concerns of different eras. For example, some scholars suggest that certain passages could be read as warnings about environmental catastrophes or societal upheaval themes that feel strikingly relevant in today's world. Others argue that the books may have contained insights into the cyclical nature of history, suggesting that the rise and fall of civilizations is an inevitable pattern. This flexibility has allowed the Sibylline books to remain a source of fascination, as each generation finds new meaning in their cryptic words. The role of the Sibylline books in Roman decision-making also raises questions about the nature of prophecy itself. Were these predictions truly divine, or were they the product of human intuition and observation? The Romans treated them as sacred, but modern scholars often view them through a more skeptical lens. Some suggest that the Sibyls may have been astute observers of their time, using their knowledge of politics, nature, and human behavior to craft predictions that felt prophetic. Others argue that the ambiguity of the prophecies allowed them to be applied to a wide range of situations, making them seem eerily accurate. Despite the destruction of the original texts, the legacy of the Sibylline books endures. Their prophecies, whether divinely inspired or humanly crafted, continue to captivate those who seek to understand the future. The mystery surrounding their contents invites us to consider how ancient wisdom might still hold relevance in our modern world. Could the fragments we have today contain clues about the challenges we face now? Or are they simply a reminder of humanity's enduring fascination with the unknown? As we ponder these questions, the Sibylline books remain a testament to the timeless allure of prophecy and its power to shape our understanding of the world. With this in mind, let's turn our attention to another legendary figure whose prophecies have left an indelible mark on history: Merlin, the enigmatic wizard of Arthurian legend. Shifting our gaze from the ancient Roman world, we now step into the realm of myth and legend with the prophecies of Merlin, the enigmatic wizard of Arthurian lore. Known as a figure of immense wisdom and foresight, Merlin's predictions have captivated imaginations for centuries, blending the mystical with the historical in ways that continue to intrigue us today. His prophecies, often shrouded in poetic language, touch on themes of power, destiny, and the cyclical nature of human history. One of Merlin's most famous predictions revolves around the rise and fall of kingdoms. He is said to have foreseen the collapse of great empires, including the fall of Camelot, the legendary court of King Arthur. According to legend, Merlin warned of the internal strife and betrayal that would lead to Camelot's downfall, a tale that echoes the fragility of even the most powerful societies. This prophecy has often been interpreted as a cautionary tale about the dangers of greed, ambition, and division, themes that resonate deeply in any era. Merlin's visions also extended to natural disasters, which he described in vivid, almost apocalyptic terms. Some accounts suggest he predicted catastrophic events like floods, earthquakes, and plagues, events that would reshape the land and test the resilience of humanity. While these predictions may seem fantastical, they reflect a broader understanding of the natural world and its unpredictability. In a time when science was in its infancy, such prophecies likely served as a way to explain and prepare for the unknown forces of nature. Perhaps one of the most enduring aspects of Merlin's prophecies is the idea of a great leader's return. He is said to have foretold the rise of a figure who would unite the people and restore order in times of chaos. This prophecy has often been linked to the legend of King Arthur's eventual return, a myth that has inspired countless stories and interpretations. The notion of a savior figure emerging in times of crisis is a recurring theme in many cultures, and Merlin's predictions tap into this universal hope for renewal and redemption. What makes Merlin's prophecies particularly fascinating is their blend of myth and potential historical truth. While much of his story is rooted in legend, some scholars argue that there may be a kernel of historical reality behind the tales. For instance, Merlin is often associated with the figure of Myrddin Wyllt, a Welsh bard and prophet who lived during the 6th century. This connection suggests that Merlin's prophecies may have been inspired by real events and figures, later embellished by storytellers over time. The ambiguity of Merlin's predictions has allowed them to be reinterpreted across generations, much like the Sibylline books. Whether viewed as divine insight, poetic allegory, or a mix of both, his prophecies continue to spark curiosity and debate. They invite us to consider the ways in which myth and history intersect, and how ancient wisdom might still hold relevance in our modern world. As we reflect on Merlin's prophecies, we're reminded of the timeless allure of storytelling and the human desire to make sense of the unknown. His visions of kingdoms rising and falling, natural disasters reshaping the world, and the hope for a great leader's return speak to universal themes that transcend time and culture. And with that, we turn our attention to how Merlin's prophecies have influenced modern culture, shaping the way we think about leadership, destiny, and the power of myth. Now, let's step into the modern world and see how Merlin's prophecies have left their mark on literature, film, and popular culture. The figure of Merlin, with his enigmatic predictions and timeless wisdom, has become a staple in storytelling, inspiring countless adaptations and interpretations. From classic novels to blockbuster movies, his prophecies continue to captivate audiences, blending ancient mysticism with contemporary themes. In literature, Merlin's influence is undeniable. Authors like T.H. White, in his iconic work The Once and Future King, reimagined Merlin as a mentor figure, guiding King Arthur through the trials of leadership and destiny. White's portrayal of Merlin as a wise, slightly eccentric teacher has shaped how many of us envision the wizard today. Similarly, Marion Zimmer Bradley's The Mists of Avalon offers a fresh perspective, focusing on the women of Arthurian legend while still honoring Merlin's prophetic role. These works not only keep Merlin's prophecies alive, but also explore their relevance to themes like power, morality, and the cyclical nature of history. Film and television have also embraced Merlin's legacy. From Disney's animated The Sword in the Stone to the BBC series Merlin, his character has been reimagined for new generations. These adaptations often highlight his prophecies about societal collapse and renewal, using them as a backdrop for stories about leadership, sacrifice, and the struggle between good and evil. For instance, in Excalibur, Merlin's warnings about the fall of Camelot serve as a haunting reminder of the consequences of human folly. These modern retellings invite us to reflect on how Merlin's ancient predictions might resonate in today's world, where questions about leadership and societal stability remain as pressing as ever. Beyond literature and film, Merlin's prophecies have permeated popular culture in surprising ways. Video games like The Witcher and Dragon Age draw heavily on Arthurian legends, often featuring characters inspired by Merlin who offer cryptic warnings about the future. Even in music, artists like Iron Maiden have referenced Merlin in their lyrics, weaving his prophecies into songs about destiny and the passage of time. This widespread influence shows how Merlin's predictions continue to inspire creativity and spark curiosity across different mediums. But what about the relevance of Merlin's prophecies in our modern world? Could his warnings about societal collapse or the rise of a great leader still hold weight today? Some argue that his predictions about the fragility of power and the dangers of division are eerily prescient. In an era marked by political instability, environmental challenges, and social upheaval, Merlin's cautionary tales about greed and betrayal feel more relevant than ever. His vision of a leader who unites people in times of crisis also taps into a universal longing for hope and renewal, a theme that resonates deeply in our current global landscape. At the same time, Merlin's prophecies remind us of the enduring power of myth. Whether viewed as literal predictions or symbolic stories, they invite us to reflect on the cycles of history and the lessons we can learn from the past. They challenge us to consider how we might navigate the challenges of our own time, drawing on the wisdom of those who came before us. As we move forward, Merlin's prophecies continue to serve as a bridge between the ancient and the modern, the mythical and the real. They remind us that storytelling is not just a way to entertain, but also a way to understand ourselves and the world around us. And with that, we turn our attention to the next chapter in our exploration of prophecies, where we'll uncover the predictions of Paracelsus, the Renaissance alchemist whose visions of the future blend science and mysticism in fascinating ways. Now, let's shift our focus to a figure who straddled the line between science and mysticism, the Renaissance alchemist Paracelsus. Known for his groundbreaking work in medicine and his visionary predictions, Paracelsus was a man ahead of his time. His prophecies, much like his scientific discoveries, were rooted in a deep understanding of the natural world and a belief in the interconnectedness of all things. Paracelsus foresaw major advancements in medicine, predicting that one day, humanity would unlock the secrets of healing in ways that seemed almost magical during his era. He believed that the human body was a microcosm of the universe, and by understanding its inner workings, we could cure diseases that were once thought incurable. Some of his unfulfilled prophecies include the discovery of new medicines derived from plants and minerals, as well as the development of treatments that target the root causes of illness rather than just the symptoms. Today, with the rise of personalized medicine and breakthroughs in biotechnology, it's hard not to see echoes of Paracelsus's vision in our modern world. But Paracelsus didn't stop at medicine. He also predicted the discovery of new lands and the expansion of human knowledge beyond the known world. At a time when the Americas were just beginning to be explored, Paracelsus spoke of vast, uncharted territories waiting to be discovered. He believed that these new lands would bring not only wealth and resources, but also new ideas and ways of thinking that would transform society. In many ways, his predictions align with the age of exploration that followed, as well as our ongoing quest to explore space and uncover the mysteries of the cosmos. What sets Paracelsus apart is his unique blend of science and mysticism. While he was deeply committed to empirical observation and experimentation, he also believed in the power of the unseen forces that shape our world. He saw alchemy not just as a way to turn base metals into gold, but as a spiritual journey toward understanding the fundamental truths of existence. This dual approach made his prophecies both practical and profound, offering insights that continue to resonate with those who seek to bridge the gap between science and spirituality. As we reflect on Paracelsus's predictions, it's fascinating to consider how his vision of the future aligns with our current trajectory. From the rapid advancements in medical science to our ongoing exploration of new frontiers, his prophecies remind us that the pursuit of knowledge is a timeless endeavor. And with that, we turn our attention to the next chapter in our exploration of prophecies, where we'll delve into the ancient Chinese text known as the I Ching and its predictions about the cycles of time and global harmony. Paracelsus's vision of the future extended far beyond the boundaries of his time, offering a glimpse into what he believed humanity could achieve through the marriage of science and spirituality. One of his most intriguing predictions was the idea that humanity would evolve not just physically, but also intellectually and spiritually. He envisioned a world where science would unlock the mysteries of the universe, leading to profound advancements in how we understand ourselves and our place in the cosmos. This belief in the transformative power of knowledge is something that resonates deeply with our modern era, where breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and space exploration are reshaping our understanding of reality. Central to Paracelsus's prophecies was the idea that science would become a tool for healing not just the body, but also the mind and spirit. He predicted that future generations would develop technologies capable of addressing the root causes of illness rather than merely treating symptoms. Today, we see this vision coming to life in fields like gene therapy, where scientists are working to correct genetic defects at their source, and in the growing field of psychoneuroimmunology, which explores the connections between mental health and physical well-being. Paracelsus's belief in the interconnectedness of all things seems almost prophetic in light of these modern developments. Another fascinating aspect of Paracelsus's predictions was his foresight into the role of technology in shaping society. He believed that humanity would create tools and machines capable of performing tasks that were once thought impossible, freeing people from laborious work and allowing them to focus on higher pursuits. This idea aligns strikingly with the rise of automation and artificial intelligence in our own time. From self-driving cars to advanced robotics, the technologies we are developing today echo Paracelsus's vision of a world where machines handle mundane tasks, enabling humans to explore creativity, innovation, and personal growth. Yet, Paracelsus also warned that with great power comes great responsibility. He cautioned that the misuse of scientific knowledge could lead to catastrophic consequences, urging future generations to approach progress with wisdom and ethical consideration. This warning feels particularly relevant in an age where debates about the ethical use of artificial intelligence, genetic engineering, and other powerful technologies are at the forefront of public discourse. Paracelsus's emphasis on balancing scientific advancement with moral integrity serves as a timeless reminder of the need for thoughtful stewardship of our discoveries. As we look to the future, it's clear that Paracelsus's prophecies continue to hold relevance. His belief in the potential of science to transform humanity, coupled with his call for ethical responsibility, offers a roadmap for navigating the challenges and opportunities of our rapidly evolving world. And with that, we turn our attention to the next chapter in our exploration of prophecies, where we'll uncover the ancient wisdom of the I Ching and its predictions about the cycles of time and global harmony. Now, let's shift our focus to the ancient wisdom of the I Ching, a text that has guided countless generations with its profound insights into the cycles of time and the balance of forces in the universe. Known as the Book of Changes, the I Ching is one of the oldest Chinese texts dating back over 3,000 years. At its core, it presents a vision of the world as a dynamic interplay of opposites, light and dark, growth and decay, harmony and conflict. This timeless framework has not only shaped Chinese philosophy, but also offers predictions about the future that remain strikingly relevant today. One of the most intriguing aspects of the I Ching is its emphasis on the cyclical nature of existence. Unlike linear views of time, which see history as a straight path from past to future, the I Ching teaches that everything moves in cycles, much like the changing seasons or the rise and fall of empires. This perspective has led to prophecies about periods of global harmony followed by times of upheaval and conflict. Some of these predictions remain unfulfilled, leaving us to wonder whether they might still come to pass in our own era. For instance, the I Ching speaks of a time when humanity will achieve a state of balance, where cooperation and understanding prevail over division and strife. Yet, it also warns of cycles of discord, where greed and imbalance threaten to disrupt this harmony. What makes the I Ching particularly fascinating is its practical application. For centuries, people have turned to this text not just for prophecy, but for guidance in navigating life's challenges. Through a process of divination, often involving the casting of coins or yarrow stalks, individuals seek answers to personal and societal questions. The I Ching doesn't provide straightforward predictions, but instead offers symbolic insights, encouraging reflection and adaptability. This approach has made it a valuable tool for those seeking clarity in times of uncertainty, whether in personal decisions or broader societal issues. In modern times, the I Ching continues to resonate with those who seek a deeper understanding of the world. Its teachings about balance and change have found relevance in fields as diverse as psychology, leadership, and even environmental science. For example, its emphasis on harmony with nature aligns closely with contemporary movements advocating for sustainability and ecological balance. Similarly, its insights into the cyclical nature of conflict and resolution offer a framework for understanding global events, from political tensions to economic shifts. As we reflect on the I Ching's prophecies, we're reminded of the enduring power of ancient wisdom to illuminate the challenges of our time. Its vision of a world in balance, though yet to be fully realized, serves as both a warning and an inspiration. And with that, we turn to the next chapter in our journey, where we'll explore how the I Ching's predictions about global harmony and conflict continue to shape our understanding of the future. Now, let's take a closer look at how the I Ching's ancient wisdom continues to find relevance in our modern world. In an era marked by rapid technological advancements, environmental crises, and shifting global dynamics, the I Ching's emphasis on balance and cyclical change offers a unique lens through which to view these challenges. Its teachings remind us that periods of upheaval are often followed by renewal, and that understanding these cycles can help us navigate uncertainty with greater clarity and purpose. One area where the I Ching's insights resonate deeply is in the realm of environmental sustainability. As the world grapples with climate change, deforestation, and the depletion of natural resources, the I Ching's call for harmony with nature feels more urgent than ever. Its philosophy encourages us to see ourselves not as separate from the natural world, but as integral parts of a larger, interconnected system. This perspective aligns closely with modern movements advocating for ecological balance and sustainable living, offering a timeless reminder that our actions have far-reaching consequences. Beyond environmental concerns, the I Ching's principles also provide valuable guidance in navigating the complexities of global politics and economics. In a world where power dynamics are constantly shifting, the text's emphasis on adaptability and foresight can help leaders and individuals alike make more informed decisions. For instance, its teachings about the interplay of opposites such as cooperation and competition can shed light on the delicate balance required to maintain peace and stability in an increasingly interconnected world. By encouraging us to embrace change rather than resist it, the I Ching offers a framework for resilience in the face of uncertainty. The I Ching's enduring appeal also lies in its ability to bridge the gap between ancient wisdom and modern psychology. Many people today turn to the text not just for divination, but as a tool for self-reflection and personal growth. Its symbolic language encourages us to look inward, to examine our motivations and choices, and to consider how we can align ourselves with the natural flow of life. This introspective approach has found resonance in fields like mindfulness and cognitive behavioral therapy, where the focus is on cultivating awareness and adaptability. What makes the I Ching particularly compelling in modern times is its timeless relevance. While the world around us changes at an unprecedented pace, the fundamental truths it explores, balance, change, and interconnectedness remain constant. Whether we're facing personal challenges or global crises, the I Ching invites us to step back, reflect, and consider the bigger picture. Its prophecies about cycles of harmony and discord serve as both a warning and a source of hope, reminding us that even in the darkest times, renewal is always possible. As we continue to explore the prophecies that might still shape our future, the I Ching stands as a testament to the enduring power of ancient wisdom. Its insights challenge us to think differently about the world and our place within it, offering a path toward greater understanding and harmony. And with that, we turn our attention to the next chapter, where we'll delve into the predictions of Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet, and his visions of a changing world. Now, let's shift our focus to a figure whose predictions have captivated both believers and skeptics for decades: Edgar Cayce, often referred to as the sleeping prophet. Born in the late 19th century, Cayce gained fame for his ability to enter a trance-like state and deliver detailed prophecies about the future. While some of his predictions have been remarkably accurate, others remain unfulfilled, leaving us to wonder whether they might still come true. One of Cayce's most intriguing unfulfilled prophecies revolves around the discovery of ancient civilizations. He claimed that hidden beneath the sands of Egypt and other parts of the world lie remnants of advanced societies far older than previously believed. According to Cayce, these civilizations possessed knowledge and technology that could revolutionize our understanding of history. While modern archaeology has yet to uncover such evidence, the idea continues to spark curiosity and debate, especially among those who believe that humanity's past holds secrets we have yet to uncover. Another striking prediction from Cayce involves shifts in Earth's axis. He warned that significant geological changes, including polar shifts, could lead to dramatic transformations in the planet's climate and geography. While scientists have long studied the Earth's axial tilt and its impact on climate, Cayce's prophecies suggest a more sudden and catastrophic event. Some interpret his warnings as a metaphor for the environmental challenges we face today, while others see them as literal predictions of future upheaval. Either way, his words serve as a reminder of the delicate balance that sustains life on our planet. Of course, Cayce's prophecies are not without controversy. Critics argue that many of his predictions are too vague to be verified or have been reinterpreted after the fact to fit historical events. For example, his predictions about global conflicts and societal changes often lack specific details, making it difficult to determine their accuracy. Additionally, some skeptics question the reliability of his trance states, suggesting that his readings may have been influenced by the expectations of those around him. Despite these criticisms, Cayce's followers maintain that his insights were genuine and that his unfulfilled prophecies may yet come to pass. What makes Cayce's predictions particularly fascinating is their blend of science and spirituality. He often spoke about the interconnectedness of all life and the importance of aligning with universal principles. His prophecies about Earth changes, for instance, are not just warnings of potential disasters, but also calls for humanity to live in harmony with nature. This holistic approach resonates with many people today, especially as we confront global challenges like climate change and environmental degradation. As we explore the prophecies of Edgar Cayce, it's clear that his legacy is as complex as it is compelling. Whether his unfulfilled predictions will come true remains to be seen, but they continue to inspire reflection and debate. And with that, we turn our attention to the next chapter, where we'll delve deeper into Cayce's visions of Earth changes and their potential implications for our future. Now, let's take a closer look at Edgar Cayce's predictions about Earth changes, a topic that feels more relevant today than ever before. Cayce's visions of natural disasters and environmental shifts have sparked intense interest, especially as we grapple with the realities of climate change and geological instability. His prophecies often painted a picture of a planet in flux, with dramatic transformations reshaping the world as we know it. One of Cayce's most discussed predictions involves the possibility of rising sea levels and the submersion of coastal areas. He suggested that parts of the world, including regions of North America and Europe, could experience significant flooding due to shifts in the Earth's crust. While this might sound like the plot of a disaster movie, it's worth noting that modern science has already documented rising sea levels caused by melting polar ice caps. Cayce's warnings seem to echo the concerns of today's climate scientists, who warn that coastal cities could face unprecedented challenges in the coming decades. Another striking aspect of Cayce's prophecies is his focus on volcanic activity and earthquakes. He predicted that certain regions, particularly around the Pacific Ring of Fire, would experience increased seismic activity, leading to widespread destruction. While earthquakes and volcanic eruptions are natural phenomena, Cayce's predictions suggest a future where these events become more frequent and intense. This aligns with recent studies indicating that climate change could influence geological activity, though the exact mechanisms remain a topic of debate among scientists. Cayce also spoke about changes in weather patterns, foreseeing extreme temperatures, prolonged droughts, and unpredictable storms. These predictions resonate deeply in a world where heat waves, wildfires, and hurricanes are becoming more frequent and severe. His vision of a planet in turmoil serves as a stark reminder of the urgent need to address environmental issues and work toward sustainable solutions. What sets Cayce's prophecies apart is their emphasis on the interconnectedness of Earth's systems. He often described the planet as a living organism, where changes in one area could trigger cascading effects elsewhere. This holistic perspective mirrors modern ecological thinking, which recognizes the delicate balance between Earth's atmosphere, oceans, and landmasses. Cayce's warnings about Earth changes are not just predictions of doom, but also calls to action, urging humanity to take responsibility for the health of our planet. As we reflect on Cayce's prophecies, it's impossible to ignore the parallels between his visions and the challenges we face today. Whether his predictions were literal or symbolic, they offer valuable insights into the fragility of our world and the importance of living in harmony with nature. With that in mind, let's turn our attention to the next chapter, where we'll explore the ancient Aztec codices and their prophecies about cycles of creation and destruction. Now, shifting our focus to the ancient Aztec codices, we uncover a fascinating perspective on the cycles of creation and destruction that shaped their worldview. The Aztecs, like many ancient civilizations, believed in the idea of recurring eras, each marked by its own rise and fall. Their codices, or sacred books, contain vivid prophecies about the end of one age and the beginning of another, often tied to natural disasters, societal upheaval, and the intervention of divine forces. One of the most striking prophecies in the Aztec tradition is the concept of the 5 suns, which represent 5 distinct eras of human existence. According to their beliefs, each sun was governed by a different deity and ended in a catastrophic event, such as floods, earthquakes, or fiery destruction. The current era, known as the 5th sun, is said to be destined for a similar fate, with the Aztecs predicting its eventual collapse through earthquakes or other natural disasters. This cyclical view of time reflects their understanding of the universe as a place of constant change, where destruction is not an end but a precursor to renewal. The Aztecs also foresaw societal collapse as a consequence of moral and spiritual decay. Their prophecies warned that greed, corruption, and the abandonment of sacred rituals would lead to the downfall of their civilization. These warnings resonate eerily with modern concerns about environmental degradation, social inequality, and the erosion of ethical values. The Aztecs believed that only through a return to balance and harmony with the natural world could humanity avoid catastrophe and usher in a new era of prosperity. What makes these prophecies particularly compelling is their emphasis on the interconnectedness of all things. The Aztecs saw the earth as a living entity, deeply tied to the actions and intentions of its inhabitants. Their predictions about societal collapse were not just about physical destruction, but also about the spiritual and moral failures that could lead to such an outcome. This holistic perspective aligns with contemporary ideas about sustainability and the need for a more harmonious relationship with our planet. As we consider the Aztec prophecies, it's clear that their vision of cyclical time offers a powerful lens through which to view our own challenges. Whether their predictions were literal or symbolic, they remind us of the fragility of human societies and the importance of striving for balance in all aspects of life. With this in mind, let's turn our attention to the next chapter, where we'll explore the prophecies of the Bhagavad Gita and their vision of spiritual awakening and global transformation. Now, let's take a closer look at the Aztec concept of time and how it influenced their prophecies. Unlike the linear view of time that dominates modern thought, the Aztecs saw time as a series of repeating cycles, each with its own beginning, middle, and end. This cyclical understanding was deeply tied to their cosmology, where the universe was believed to go through periods of creation, destruction, and rebirth. For the Aztecs, time wasn't a straight line moving forward but a spiral, where patterns and events could recur in different forms across ages. This cyclical worldview shaped their prophecies in profound ways. The Aztecs didn't see societal collapse as a one-time event but as an inevitable part of the cosmic order. Their predictions about the end of the fifth sun, for example, weren't just warnings of doom but also reminders of the potential for renewal. They believed that destruction was necessary to clear the way for a new era, one that could only emerge if humanity learned from its mistakes and realigned itself with the natural and spiritual worlds. But could these ancient prophecies still hold relevance today? Many of the issues the Aztecs warned about, environmental degradation, social inequality, and moral decay, are strikingly similar to the challenges we face in the modern era. Their emphasis on balance and harmony with nature echoes contemporary calls for sustainability and climate action. The Aztecs believed that societal collapse wasn't just caused by external forces but by the choices and actions of people. In this sense, their prophecies serve as a timeless reminder of the consequences of neglecting our responsibilities to each other and the planet. What's particularly fascinating is how the Aztec concept of cyclical time contrasts with our modern, linear perspective. While we often view progress as a straight path forward, the Aztecs saw it as a series of lessons to be learned and relearned. Their prophecies challenge us to consider whether we're truly advancing or simply repeating the same mistakes in different forms. Could the societal collapse they predicted still come true? If we continue down a path of environmental exploitation and social division, their warnings might feel less like ancient history and more like a roadmap to our potential future. As we reflect on the Aztec prophecies, it's worth asking ourselves how we can break the cycle. Their vision of renewal offers hope, but only if we're willing to change. With this in mind, let's turn our attention to the next chapter, where we'll explore the prophecies of the Bhagavad Gita and their vision of spiritual awakening and global transformation. Shifting our focus to the ancient wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita, we uncover a profound vision of time and transformation. This sacred Hindu text, part of the larger Mahabharata epic, offers a unique perspective on the cycles of existence and the evolution of human consciousness. Unlike the Aztec prophecies, which emphasize the cyclical nature of creation and destruction, the Bhagavad Gita speaks to the spiritual journey of humanity, predicting a future where collective awakening leads to global renewal. At the heart of the Gita's prophecies is the concept of dharma, or righteous duty, which serves as the foundation for societal harmony. The text warns that when dharma declines and moral values erode, chaos and suffering will follow. This decline, known as the Kali Yuga, is described as an age of conflict, greed, and spiritual darkness. Yet, the Gita also offers hope, predicting that this period of turmoil will eventually give way to a new era of enlightenment, where humanity rediscovers its connection to the divine and embraces a higher purpose. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Gita's prophecies is their focus on individual and collective transformation. The text suggests that the path to global renewal begins with personal spiritual growth. It teaches that by cultivating virtues like compassion, selflessness, and wisdom, individuals can contribute to the healing of the world. This idea resonates deeply with modern movements for mindfulness, sustainability, and social justice, suggesting that the Gita's ancient insights might still hold the key to addressing today's challenges. The Gita also speaks of a future where a great spiritual leader or avatar will emerge to guide humanity through its darkest hour. This figure, often associated with the concept of Kalki, is said to embody divine wisdom and restore balance to the world. While this prophecy remains unfulfilled, it serves as a powerful reminder of the potential for transformation, even in times of crisis. Could we be living in the age foretold by the Gita, where the seeds of a new era are being sown? The text's emphasis on inner awakening suggests that the future is not predetermined but shaped by the choices we make today. As we reflect on the Bhagavad Gita's prophecies, we're invited to consider our own role in the unfolding story of humanity. Its vision of a spiritually awakened world challenges us to look beyond material progress and seek a deeper connection to ourselves, each other, and the planet. With this in mind, let's turn our attention to the next chapter, where we'll explore the mystical prophecies of the Zohar and their vision of cosmic cycles and the coming of a messianic age. The Bhagavad Gita's vision of a new age is not just a distant dream but a call to action for humanity today. At its core, the text envisions a future where spiritual awakening becomes the driving force behind societal transformation. This new era, often referred to as the Satya Yuga or Golden Age, is characterized by universal harmony, truth, and a deep connection to the divine. The Gita suggests that this shift won't happen overnight but will emerge gradually as individuals and communities align themselves with higher principles of compassion, justice, and wisdom. What makes the Gita's prophecies particularly compelling is their relevance to modern challenges. In a world grappling with environmental crises, social inequality, and political unrest, the text's emphasis on inner transformation offers a roadmap for collective healing. Movements advocating for mindfulness, sustainability, and social justice echo the Gita's teachings, suggesting that its ancient wisdom is more applicable than ever. For instance, the growing interest in meditation and self-awareness reflects the Gita's call for individuals to cultivate inner peace as a foundation for outer change. The Gita also highlights the importance of collective effort in shaping the future. It teaches that no single individual can bring about global renewal alone. Instead, it requires the combined efforts of countless people striving to live with integrity and purpose. This idea resonates with modern grassroots movements, where small, localized actions contribute to larger, systemic change. Whether it's through community service, environmental activism, or advocating for human rights, the Gita's vision encourages us to see our actions as part of a greater whole. Another key aspect of the Gita's prophecies is the role of spiritual leadership in times of transition. The text speaks of a future where enlightened beings or avatars guide humanity toward a higher state of consciousness. While this may sound mystical, it aligns with the modern concept of thought leaders and visionaries who inspire others to think differently and act with greater awareness. Figures like Mahatma Gandhi, who drew heavily on the Gita's teachings, demonstrate how spiritual principles can drive profound societal change. As we consider the Gita's vision of a new age, we're reminded that the future is not something we passively await but something we actively create. Its prophecies challenge us to look beyond immediate challenges and envision a world rooted in unity, compassion, and spiritual growth. By embracing these principles in our daily lives, we contribute to the unfolding of a brighter, more enlightened era. With this in mind, let's turn our attention to the mystical prophecies of the Zohar, where we'll explore its vision of cosmic cycles and the coming of a messianic age. Moving from the spiritual awakening envisioned in the Bhagavad Gita, we now turn to the mystical prophecies of the Zohar, a cornerstone of Jewish mysticism. The Zohar, written in the 13th century, is a profound text that delves into the nature of the divine, the structure of the universe, and the cycles of time. At its heart are prophecies about cosmic renewal and the arrival of a messianic age, offering a vision of hope and transformation that continues to resonate deeply within Jewish thought and beyond. The Zohar describes the universe as existing in a series of cosmic cycles, each marked by periods of creation, destruction, and renewal. These cycles are not random but are governed by divine will, reflecting a deeper spiritual order. According to the Zohar, humanity is currently in a phase of preparation for the ultimate renewal, a time when the world will be restored to its original harmony and unity. This messianic age is not just a distant dream but a tangible future that can be influenced by human actions and spiritual growth. One of the most striking aspects of the Zohar's prophecies is their emphasis on the interconnectedness of all things. The text teaches that every individual's actions, no matter how small, contribute to the larger cosmic balance. This idea aligns with modern ecological and spiritual movements that stress the importance of collective responsibility and the impact of personal choices on the world. The Zohar's vision of a messianic age is not merely about the arrival of a savior figure, but about the collective elevation of humanity's consciousness, leading to a world where justice, compassion, and divine presence are fully realized. In modern Jewish thought, the Zohar's prophecies are often interpreted as a call to action. Many see its teachings as a reminder that the messianic age is not something to be passively awaited, but actively pursued through acts of kindness, ethical living, and spiritual practice. This perspective has inspired movements within Judaism that focus on social justice, environmental stewardship, and interfaith dialogue, reflecting the Zohar's timeless relevance. The Zohar also speaks of the role of mystical knowledge in preparing for the messianic age. It suggests that understanding the deeper spiritual truths of the universe can help individuals align themselves with divine will, accelerating the process of cosmic renewal. This idea has led to a resurgence of interest in Kabbalah, the mystical tradition rooted in the Zohar, as people seek tools for personal and collective transformation. As we explore the Zohar's prophecies, we're reminded that its vision of the future is not just about grand cosmic events, but about the everyday choices we make. Whether through acts of kindness, spiritual practice, or efforts to create a more just and sustainable world, we each have a role to play in bringing about the messianic age. With this in mind, let's delve deeper into the Zohar's mystical view of the future, where we'll examine its emphasis on spiritual transformation and humanity's ultimate destiny. The Zohar's mystical view of the future is deeply rooted in the idea of spiritual transformation, a process that it sees as essential for humanity's ultimate destiny. This ancient text envisions a world where individuals and societies undergo profound inner change, aligning themselves with divine will and cosmic harmony. At the heart of this transformation is the belief that humanity's spiritual evolution is not just a personal journey but a collective one, with each person's growth contributing to the greater good. One of the key teachings of the Zohar is that spiritual transformation begins with self-awareness and a commitment to ethical living. It emphasizes the importance of cultivating virtues like compassion, humility, and justice, which are seen as essential for aligning with the divine. This idea resonates strongly with modern spiritual movements that focus on mindfulness, self-improvement, and the pursuit of inner peace. The Zohar's vision of transformation is not about escaping the world but about engaging with it in a way that reflects higher spiritual values. The Zohar also speaks of the role of mystical knowledge in this process. It suggests that by delving into the deeper mysteries of the universe, individuals can gain insights that guide their actions and decisions. This pursuit of wisdom is not just an intellectual exercise but a spiritual practice that brings one closer to the divine. Today, this idea has found expression in the growing interest in Kabbalah and other mystical traditions, where seekers explore ancient texts and practices to find meaning and purpose in their lives. Another significant aspect of the Zohar's vision is its emphasis on unity and interconnectedness. It teaches that all of creation is part of a single, divine tapestry, and that humanity's ultimate destiny is to recognize and embody this unity. This message has inspired contemporary movements that advocate for global harmony, environmental sustainability, and social justice. By highlighting the interconnectedness of all life, the Zohar's prophecies encourage us to see ourselves as part of a larger whole, with a shared responsibility for the well-being of the planet and its inhabitants. The Zohar's predictions about humanity's ultimate destiny also include the idea of a messianic age, a time when the world will be transformed by the full realization of divine presence. This is not seen as a sudden event but as the culmination of humanity's collective spiritual journey. In this vision, the Messianic age is not just about the arrival of a savior figure, but about the awakening of humanity to its highest potential. This perspective has influenced modern interpretations of spirituality that focus on personal and collective growth as pathways to a better future. As we reflect on the Zohar's mystical view of the future, it becomes clear that its prophecies are not just about distant cosmic events, but about the choices we make every day. Whether through acts of kindness, spiritual practice, or efforts to create a more just and sustainable world, we each have a role to play in shaping humanity's destiny. With this in mind, let's turn our attention to the next prophecy, where we'll explore the ancient Aztec codices and their predictions about cycles of creation and destruction. As we come to the end of our journey through these 25 prophecies from the past, it's clear that their allure lies not just in their mystery but in their timeless relevance. From the cryptic quatrains of Nostradamus to the cyclical visions of the Mayans, and from the spiritual insights of the Zohar to the environmental warnings of the HOPI, these predictions remind us that humanity has always sought to understand the future. What's fascinating is how many of these prophecies continue to resonate with us today, offering both warnings and hope for what lies ahead. Whether they speak of global upheaval, spiritual awakening, or the renewal of the natural world, they challenge us to reflect on our role in shaping the future. Each of these prophecies, in its own way, invites us to consider the choices we make individually and collectively. Will we heed the warnings of environmental collapse? Will we strive for the spiritual transformation that texts like the Zohar and the Bhagavad Gita envision? Or will we find ourselves caught in the cycles of conflict and renewal that so many ancient cultures predicted? These questions aren't just about the future, they're about the present. They remind us that the future isn't something that happens to us, it's something we create, one decision at a time. As we wrap up, I encourage you to think about which of these prophecies resonates most with you. Do you see echoes of their predictions in the world around us? Or do you believe that the future is still unwritten, shaped by our actions and choices? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective. And if you enjoyed this exploration of ancient prophecies, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Thanks for joining me on this journey through the mysteries of the past and the possibilities of the future. Until next time, keep wondering, keep exploring, and keep shaping the world you want to see.